A district court in Tema, presided over by Her Worship Akosua Anochiwa Ejapon on Thursday, January 17, remanded in police custody a houseboy in the center of the murder of the Marketing and Public Affairs Manager of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Mrs. Josephine Frempong. The police account revealed sperms were found on the body of the deceased. The court granted an order to take sperm samples of the suspect to help with investigations. The case was adjourned to January 30, 2019. But just before the case will be called again, the police have come out to say there was no rape. Fast forward, assuming the test was conducted, I began to wonder, will the suspect be asked to masturbate or given a woman to have sex or a surgery conducted? Although this is not the first time a court order of this nature has been issued, this particular one set me wondering, what if the suspect refused to give in to any of the conventional methods of extracting semen? My search revealed that taking sperms from a man can be done through 5 methods. The first is through masturbation or milking out of sperm plus fluid from a man. The second is having sexual intercourse with a female partner where emitted sperms are collected. Alternatively, using a condom through sex can also be used to collect sperms. The fourth, doctors say, can be done if sperms are aspirated by injecting a tube near the testicles. Finally, for a paralyzed patient, an electro-ejaculation machine can be fixed at the anus of the person. 1 Corinthians 6 verse 18, the word of God says, flee from sexual immorality and every other sin a person commits to outside the body. Well, the Quran clearly also bans Muslims from immoral lifestyle. So, if you're a Christian or a Muslim and you find yourself in this situation, what will you do? Dr. Nanahena Kulabi is a fertility specialist.
It will be very difficult to ask the suspects to give you a sperm sample by masturbation. I'm sure he won't do it unless he's very sure or he's willing to prove that it's not him. So in criminal investigations, they will only need to take the sample they found, make a DNA analysis, analyze the DNA of the suspect, that of the victim, and then if they could easily match up the DNA they found in the sperm, the dry sperm, with that of the suspect.
But with this process, can it infringe on a person's human rights?
Taking samples without his consent would indeed be an infringement of his person. But if you look at the circumstances under which these samples are going to be taken, it would be lawful to do so, because our right to privacy, and which include privacy of the person, such that nobody can touch you without your consent, is limited by public interest. And in this case, a crime is being investigated. It would have been wrong if the police had gone ahead to do that without clear authorization or express authorization by the court.
And what if the suspect's religious belief does not support any of the methods?
Where there is a reason for that to be done, like in this particular case, Islamic law is flexible on some of the restrictions that it imposes by way of law. But for a very good reason, if it's from the doctor's advice, as a way of extracting the semen to be able to prove the case of rape, for example, Islam will allow it because it's supposed to prove something factual about a crime that had taken place.
The Christian position is that masturbation is not a natural way of satisfying oneself. So we are generally against it. That's a traditional conservative position. But in this particular case, this is a legal matter. This is the gravity of the offense is such that there's a heinous crime involved, and the law must take its course. The legal process must use whatever means it can to gather critical evidence.
On June 26, 2018, an Australian Supreme Court ordered a woman may use the deceased partner's sperm to conceive via an assisted reproductive therapy. It was a historic decision. The order generated mixed reactions of both legal and moral viewpoint. In September 2, 2018, in the United States of America, the Guardian newspaper also reported a Supreme Court verdict that a woman wanting to conceive could not take sperms from the unconscious partner without his consent. It is clear a person cannot use his religious or infringement on his human rights as an excuse to escape producing sperms. But will this come easy when ejaculation can only come through the mind? Josephine Frempong, TV3 News, Accra.